Okay, we're going to look at lead guitar. The difference between rhythm and lead guitar is quite simple. The lines do blur a little, but lead guitar normally comes down to notes. That is a form of lead guitar. Rhythm is what we were doing before with chords. Learning lead guitar is actually simpler than you're going to realize. Firstly, I'm going to teach you some simple box patterns. And these come from scales, but people learn them because they're the sweet sounding part of the scale to the type of music they play. And they can play lots of little tricks within that area. So they become known as box patterns because they normally fit inside a small part of the fretboard in a box shape. And that's what we're going to cover today. This first box pattern is simply 5 notes, and they start with, on the E string, 2nd fret, and that's an F sharp note, and we're in the key of G. So there's F sharp, there's G, which is right beside it, up a semitone on the E string on the 3rd fret, G. And there's also A, which is up a tone from G on the E string on the 5th fret. We also have D, which is on the B string on the 3rd fret. And up a tone from that is E, which is on the B string on the 5th fret. So you've got F sharp, G, A, D, and E. These notes can be played singularly, like this. Or together. Or a mixture of the two. Okay. We have a backing track we're going to look at. If you've got the book, there's a place to download that from. If for whatever reason you've got the book and you can't download it, I will email it to you. Email me at Jae Bedford at rocketbandhire.co.nz. I will email you the track. You're also about to hear it on this clip. And I'm going to improv a little over the top of it to show you the possibilities with this simple pattern. And if you see the pattern, clearly it's a box and one extra note. One. So there's only 5 notes to think about. And you can sit around 2 of them, 3 of them. Some of the best lead guitarists in the world sit on 1 note and make it sound special. The thing that's going to make a difference is how you hit it, a bit of vibrato. And there's 2 forms of vibrato. There's neck vibrato, so you're moving the note on the neck and you're bending the string and vibrating. The other one is body vibrato. That's where you move the guitar. There's also neck bending vibrato, which I don't recommend with a lot of instruments. And then there's mixtures of the two. So you can have body and neck vibrato. Like that. I would say these two-note lead almost chords are very good for improv. And when I say improv, what I mean is try your own techniques. You don't have to do all of mine. I want you to email me recordings of you playing your own thing and me going, well, I'd have never thought of that. And it sounds really good. Right, if you noticed, there was a new technique in there. What it simply is called bends. And this is simply bending the note. And so you can bend a note a semitone, you can bend it a tone. Many of the great guitar players in the world are bending a tone and a half, 3 tones sometimes. And it looks and sounds really impressive. But that'll take some time. That'll take a long time. So a bend, remember the thumb. The thumb and behind will give you pressure to bend harder. Sometimes it's good to bend up. Sometimes it's nicer to bend down. Like that. Also, you can bend 2 notes together. Any of the two-note patterns that you came up with, because most of them work within that scale. So that's bending both notes at once. My favourite patterns are not using all 4 or 5. Sometimes the nicest ones are little runs like this. And that, as a run, is very simple. It's only got 4 notes. And it goes from F sharp to G, up to D to E, and then back to D. If you noticed again, there's a new technique in there. And that's called a slide. And it's simply sliding from one note to the next. So if you put them all together, you can come up with some pretty clever tricks. I look forward to hearing yours. Remember, email Jae Bedford, rocketbandhire.co.nz.